Welcome back. The first rate the pre-opening is down 120 points in the Nifty. The Nifty is retraced 150 points down, but it's still settling in. Let's wait for that. Let's talk about auto now. Auto is in focus because India's EV space is heating up, with Tesla debuting in India with Model Y. The price is set at 60 lakh per car on an average. Jay Kale, Executive Vice President Research at Elara Capital, is now joining in. Jay, at this price point of 60 lakh for Model Y, it's pretty much competing at the super luxury end, your BMW, your Mercedes, etc., and not the Tata Motors and the Mahindra, largely where Tata Motors and Mahindra caters to. So what is the impact of Tesla on India and the listed players?
Yeah, good morning. Absolutely, this is definitely the price point is at the premium luxury end. We know that the luxury market in India is around that 40 to 50,000 units per annum, which contributes to just about 1% odd of the total passenger vehicle market. The price point, of course, is higher because of the duties that are there. And definitely, the entry of Tesla is a positive in terms of, kind of energizing the EV space, given the brand aspiration of Tesla globally, which will, to a certain extent, trickle down to India. But definitely, this is not something that is competing with the likes of some of the listed players that you mentioned in India. And we will have to wait and watch how the duty story unfolds with the India-US FTA or the India-EU FTA, and then how the pricing settles down eventually. But for the moment, definitely a very niche market.
Indeed. What's the view actually on a Mahindra and Mahindra? Normally when we have heard this Tesla news, the stock has pulled back. But the stock has been, technically as well, it's been showing some strength. And it seems the street is willing to look ahead now. Pricing point itself is very, very different. So your view on the stock?
Yeah, I think, we have been of the view that Tesla will come up with the Model Y in India first, and now with the duties that they are, because it is going to be at definitely at a higher price point, which is coming at around 60 odd lakhs. So really no impact on Mahindra per se with these prices. And we have been positive on Mahindra for multiple reasons, like the market share gains that they've seen. Despite industry growth being weak, they've shown a double-digit growth consistently. And of course, tractors is also holding out well. So I think there will be this news flow-driven ups and downs for Mahindra, which has been the case in the last 3-4 months. But I think now it's kind of settled, given that we know the price point that Tesla has entered at.
Generally, I think the BSE or the Nifty Auto Index has outperformed the benchmark. So how are the valuations, if you could give us, of the individual auto names, in the four-wheelers, tractors and two-wheelers, how are the valuations now?
Yeah, I think valuations are definitely, in the recent run-up, valuations are elevated. The stocks are factoring in a decent enough recovery in the festive season. And we'll have to wait and watch, because the current trends of the first 4 months first 3.5 months have been pretty weak on the demand side. Even recent trends of Vahan retail show quite a lot of weakness. But the expectation is that, with the slew of measures that the government has taken in terms of income tax rate cut, etc., should trickle down to some bit of, kind of a demand revival in the festive season. But definitely valuations are elevated, and one would want to stick to names with minimal expectations of earnings downgrades, if at all.
Yes, Swaraj engines actually the low liquidity, but the street like those numbers. I think the sense is that rural India is still doing better. What is your take? Because, if I look at a couple of segments, the MHCV and all, they're yet to see some kind of a pickup. So how do you view demand on that parameter?
Yeah, I think the rural side is doing well, and that is especially seen. Tractors has been an outlier. I think, in the first quarter, we're seeing close to double-digit growth in tractors. Far higher than many other segments like PV, two-wheelers, CVs, etc. And that has also helped the stock that you mentioned. But going forward, I think FY26 is expected to be a high single-digit growth for tractor industry, led by the rural demand pickup, which eventually we are hoping should translate into good numbers for the passenger vehicle and two-wheeler industry also during the festive season.
Recently, UBS had downgraded Maruti. because they're saying that it'll be tough for the company to regain the lost market share. Anyway, the small car segment is, struggling with the price increases that we've seen. And even competition, for the number two, I mean, generally competition is also going up. So where do you stand on Maruti? And do you think this downgrade, I mean, the points made are valid?
I think the Maruti definitely in FY26 was supposed to be a play more on the industry growth revival and not so much on market share. Because we had seen a slew of launches. There is not a very big launch pipeline for Maruti in FY26. Industry growth is kind of faltering currently, and one needs to see when the first-time buyers come back. I think that will be a trigger for Maruti going forward. Currently, we have a positive view on Maruti Suzuki.
Okay, all right. And a quick word on the two-wheelers. Yesterday, the top gainer was Hero MotoCorp. Yesterday, they had some comments coming in from their annual report. And the commentary said premiumization is their focus, exports markets as well as something they're looking to penetrate in. And the commentary was very positive. Street bought into it. Your take in terms of two-wheelers, and what's it in terms of pecking order?
Yeah, I think in two-wheelers, two-wheelers industry as such is expected to grow at around 7% in FY26 is what our expectation is, much higher than the passenger vehicle as well as the CV industry. So to that extent, we remain positive on the two-wheeler space as well, and our pecking order would be TVS, Bajaj, followed by.
Okay. All right. Got it. Thanks a lot, Jay, for joining in and giving us your take on all of those stocks from the auto pack itself.